Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Roaetta.
And in the spirit of kindness and gratitude, we welcome you to another chat. We want you to always give the benefit of the doubt and just express yourself in love. I promise you, everything will be okay.
Thank you for that reminder. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for joining us for another one of our chats. And we're going to get going real quick. But before we do, what do we always do before we start? We just want to remind you, please hit the thumb icon, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification. There you go.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right. And the tea we're drinking today is one that Gloria talks about. And she had it on our chat last week, which we did virtually. It's called Loyd's Juicy Lemon.
Yes.
With ginger and honey flavor.
Yes.
And the ingredients are rooibos. I don't
And
know
you
what
can
this.
look at the pictures. That's easier.
Oh, yes. Rooibos. Well, it has ginger.
Yes.
Black pepper.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
And lemon.
And it's from Poland.
We found out it's from Poland.
Yes.
And she says that I've got to get you to try it because that's what she said last week.
Yes.
And we're in person and it smells amazing and we're going to give it a try because we've had it seeping and I'm excited. Oh, it just looks really like the color is really rich color.
Yes.
Going to wake it up a bit.
Yes, the color came up
Like
really
that.
fast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Pete.
cheers. Oh, I can smell the lemon.
Now you see why I love this tea. I've been looking for another box. I really like this tea.
Well, you know what would be nice if we squeeze some lemon in.
Yes,
that would be really
perfect
nice.
because you've got the ambience and a little lemon. That's what I do at home. I put lemon
this is
in
good.
It. Yes, I love this
good.
tea.
Yep, I do like it. And you can taste the honey.
Mm-hmm.
Can't taste the black pepper. I don't know if I taste the ginger.
Well, I think the black pepper just wakes it up and activates it because...
And I think that when it starts to cool down, the flavors come out more. So you taste more of the flavors. I like that.
Yes.
Very good.
I think I'm going to heat it up for a second cup of it. I really like this tea. So as we begin every week, we always send our thoughts and prayers out to the entire universe. We used to do to, California and then the world and the whole universe, because I think we all need some love and tenderness and kindness right now. And our prayers is that everybody will have a wonderful day. So I'm sure you've all heard about the earthquake in Morocco, the devastation there, because they had an earthquake of, 6.9, and we had an earthquake here in California at the time, and we had no damage, and theirs is very devastating. They have experienced, ours was 3.9, our earthquake, theirs was 6.9. 2,500 people have perished, and 2,400 people right after it happened were injured, and they were trying to help them. It's not the whole Morocco is destroyed, but this particular town, just like Maui was in Hawaii, and it was just so devastating. And they're looking for people, rescue.
Well, they're saying that it's moved from rescue to recovery.
Recovery, exactly.
So they're in the phase of the recovery now. So I always think about that when we have devastation, because there was that big one earlier this year in, was it Israel?
Yes.
And that was in the news for a really long time.
And one of the things, our wishes is that we have got to figure out how to share information around the world, because there are entities in different countries that have things that work, that make it safer. And if you have a way of making it safer, if you share it, then it'll help all of the people throughout the world be safe.
Exactly.
So that's something that we're definitely hoping. And I know the United States, any disaster, they're there, they're available, and they show up. So we're grateful for all the volunteers who are helping out. So I can't remember what day it was. You have to
What was
forgive me.
that?
The VMAs. I know it happened a couple
It was
of days.
this week. I think it
Yes.
was Tuesday.
I think it was Tuesday night.
Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday night. Yeah.
And our girl Taylor Smith walked away.
Swift. Taylor Smith. You
Did I
said
say
Smith.
Swift. No, I know her name. I know Swift. Sorry, Swifties.
Swifties.
Don't get mad at me. It was just a slip of the tongue. Taylor walked away with 9 statues. I really, really like this young lady. The more I watch her, the more I watch how she engages with other people. Now, she won an award. I think it was for the best, it was one of the first ones earlier in the night. And it was either best album or best video. And NSYNC gave the award. She became a fan. She forgot all about that. And she was like, oh my God. She starts jumping up and down when they come on stage to read the card. She hadn't even won.
Was she even, how old was she when they were actually popular?
Well, I think she was a young girl. That's why she probably had their poster in her bedroom and things like that. So that was really, really cute to see.
And she was saying, well, you're here for a reason, right?
Yes,
That's
what
why
are you
they're
up
back
to?
together for
Why
a reason.
Are you here? And now we've learned because they did a new record which dropped. So that was really good. I really liked, I don't know what your name is today, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Love,
Sean Diddy
Combs, all of that. He did a performance and it was exceptional.
I loved it, the compilation of his most famous songs.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved it.
It was really good.
And he still has it.
Yes.
He still brought it. He was still singing. He was still dancing. And I liked it.
Yes. For me, I still want my girls to put on some more clothes. I don't think, if guys don't have to be half naked to sell albums or CDs or whatever you call them, girls shouldn't have to be.
Exactly. I was just, who was it? Who came on? There was Nicki Minaj.
Yes, with all the sheer.
Yeah, she had a dress on and then she took it off. And then,
remember, well, one of them, I thought of you. My girl's favorite color is pink.
Pink.
And she had the pink veil. And then the pink.
Yes.
That was pretty.
Yes, I like that. And then we haven't seen, that was Nicki Minaj. And Nicki, I'm thinking of Cardi. I think I mixed up with Nicki.
Well, Cardi
Nicki
B
Minaj
was there.
and
Her and Megan Thee Stallion did a duet. And oh my God.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Oh my God.
That was not.
I love them both. I think they are talented. I don't think they have to dress the way they dress. And it's just because I want people to see the talent. Because some people, if you don't auto-tune their voices, they can't sing.
Right.
So if you got talent, you should be able to just rest on your talent.
Yeah, I think they do it because I don't know why. I
because
guess
it sells. They've been convinced that that's how their music sells. Because they did a song a couple of years ago, the two of them. They did a compilation, and once again, it was about them, doing grinding, all the moves and all of that. Yep. However, when you're listening to the song, you don't see the grinding, so I don't think you have to really.
You don't have to do that because when we were growing up, I liked like the 80s and 90s.
Yes.
We had hip hop, we had rap. They weren't doing what they're doing now.
No.
So you know that it sells. You don't have to be doing all this.
Yes. So that was an interesting night, and Roaetta and I are cruisers. We love cruising. We're looking forward to one day cruising together. We're so excited about that. When it happens, we don't know yet. So there's a luxury cruise liner, Nassau, and it ran aground. And what that means is it got stuck in the mud. So it was an Antarctic cruise was the location. The pictures that they showed of the glaciers, oh my God. I'm like, not that I want to get on a ship that could get stuck in the mud. However, the sights were just spectacular.
Yeah, but they are safe and sound.
Yes.
And they were helped from a large fishing vessel.
Yes.
So there was no harm done to anyone. They already said that, the passengers on board, they were
nothing.
all safe and everything.
And they were happy, and they were stuck 4 days and nobody complained. And then what they did is when they got the ship unstuck, they, made arrangements for them to fly home. The other thing is only 3 people on the ship had COVID. They isolated them so it didn't like spread through the entire ship or nothing like that. So that was a great job, and I'm looking forward to getting on a cruise myself.
Yeah, love cruising. Well, I went on one last year, remember?
I know.
Can't wait to go on my next one.
There you go. So last week we talked to you a little bit about the UAW and the fact that there is a conversation between the UAW and 3 major manufacturers for
United Auto Workers, if you don't know what that stands for.
Yes. It is Ford, Jeep, and GM. And the thing that's really striking about this, so we told you the UAW wants a 46% raise. They want the hours cut to 32 hours a week. And there was a third one.
It's 40% wage increase over the next 4 years.
Right.
Then there's return to
46.
pension plans.
Yes, that's what it was.
And then 4-day work week.
Yes, so they wanted the return to the older pension plan. Okay, so the negotiation right now, because today is the deadline, they're at 17 to 21%, and they didn't say nothing about changing the timeline. And I wonder if it's because they never work an 8-hour shift, they end up putting overtime in, and so that's why people are like, you know, we're already working the 40 hours. We just want it to be 4 days versus 5.
Oh, because last time when you said, I thought, why are they demanding for more?
Right.
I mean, working less but getting paid more. But now I know they're probably working more than 8 hours.
If they're working overtime, then they already feel like, okay, we're working these hours. Now we want to. But to me, I would be like, okay, if I work my 8-hour shift and I get 2 hours of overtime, that's more money versus less money. But, you know, if you don't ask, you don't get. So I hope they will come to something, because I didn't realize how that could affect us. So if you want to buy a new car, I was like, okay, fine, they won't make cars. This morning they said if you need car service, and there are no parts, or if there are parts, there's a possibility of increasing the price of the parts. So at this point, it could affect us all.
Well, yeah, it could affect entire economy.
Yes.
And guess what? They're waiting because it's going to happen. If nothing happens tonight, it's by midnight tonight.
Yes.
Then they're going to start striking.
Yeah. And they're making their signs and they're getting prepared. The thing that the UAW, that what they do is, because they're unionized, they will give them a small salary, but it's $500. That's not going to do.
What's that? That's not going to cover anything.
That's not going to cover bills. And so they could end up being in the same situation that we have with, you know, the writer's strike. Right. So hopefully they're going to come to an agreement. But I mean, 17 to 21, it you know, over what they wanted it over 4.5 years. And they're like, we're going to negotiate. So we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll just let you know how that turns out. So, what season is it? It's Dancing with the Stars. And at the end of the month, September 26th, Dancing with the Stars comes back. Are you going to watch? I didn't watch last year because you had to either do Hulu or Disney Plus. And I think
it was only Disney Plus.
That was even worse, because that was the first season since it's been on.
That they took it off mainstream TV.
And I didn't watch it.
Yeah, and even though I have Disney Plus, I watched I must have said probably 3 episodes, and then I'm like, forget it. I don't want to do it.
Because you have to go and search for it and all of that. So hopefully they learned their lesson. They're putting it back on the regular time.
I bet you last season was the lowest rating ever.
I don't even know who danced. I never even, you know, because I used to always, even if I didn't watch it, I would Google it to see how they're doing.
Right.
I don't know who danced.
I didn't even care. I watched it and I didn't really care. It wasn't enough to keep me going and say, yeah, I want to continue watching it.
Yes.
So when I found out during the commercials, when they were advertising it, that it's going to be aired on ABC, Hulu, Disney Plus, I'm like, yes, mainstream ABC. Yes. Now we have it backed.
Yes. So, Charity, the latest Bachelorette,
Yes.
is one of the dancers. So I want to
That's
see
right.
how she does. I hope Dawson is going to, be there to support his woman.
Did they actually announce all the
Yes, they've
celebrities?
announced
I missed
everybody.
that
So
one then.
like
Yeah, I missed it.
Tyson Beckford is one of the guys, and Tyson is just, he's a model. He is a good looking model. Can he dance?
Yeah, sometimes no.
That's right.
May not be.
Jamie Lynn Spears. Her name is Jamie Lynn Spears. She's
Britney Spears' sister. Okay.
She's one of the characters. So
Characters.
one of the dancers. So it's going to be really interesting to see how all of that pans out. And I also like that Julianne Hough, I can't remember her married name, but Julianne and Carlton, what is his name?
Oh, Alfonso Rivera.
They are going to be the co-hosts.
Oh, so no Tyra?
No, Tyra is done.
Oh, she's done? Oh,
Yeah,
I kind of
she's done.
liked Alfonso and Tyra
Yeah.
doing it together.
Yeah, so now those two are going to do it. And her brother and Carrie Ann Inaba and Bruno are the judges.
Oh, there's only 3 judges.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think when they did the announcement of them, they had a picture of Lynn.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I miss Lynn.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's on Good Morning America. I didn't get a chance to watch that whole one, but it's recorded. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you know how we've been like going, oh my God, when is the strike going to be over? When are the writers going to go back to work? It is still going on. And one of the sad things I heard this morning is they're not actually having face-to-face meetings. This could go on a lot longer. However, there are some shows that are like, we got to go back to work.
Yeah.
So starting Monday, Sherry's back. And some of the night shows, those are starting to come back. The talk shows.
Probably like Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. Those are starting to come back.
Oh, I like that because I missed it. That's what we would record and watch it after
Yes.
the fact so we can skip all the commercials.
Absolutely.
Oh, I missed that. I'm so happy.
So those are coming back. So at the end of the month, a lot of shows are coming back into, playing live and current new shows. Like I know the Golden Bachelor is going to start.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that a lot.
What's the one my husband, he always talks about where he's like, they're just having sex on the beach.
Bachelor in Paradise.
So that's coming. So there's lots of new things that'll be coming at the end of the month. So everybody get ready for that. So Monday was September 11th. I don't know about you, but I know exactly where I was on that day. I was in my bed asleep. My sister calls me and she goes, turn on the TV. This idiot just clipped the side of one of the towers. Idiot, and we're watching it and we're like, oh my God, he should have his pilot license removed, okay? And all of a sudden we see the second plane and it comes around the side and it felt like it hovered and then it slams into the tower. And at that point we knew this is not an accident. This is devastating. And every year they read all the names of the lost lives in New York as part of the ceremony. This year, where the Twin Towers used to be, 2 rainbows appeared side by side, beautiful arches. You talk about God's grace, that had to make everyone feel so wonderful just being there.
I know. I wish I'd seen that. I did not
Yes.
see that, but I did remember it was 9/11, and I did stop a minute and I
Yes.
did think about it, and I kind of, prayed a little bit because every year, we're so busy in our lives
Yes.
that we forget until someone reminds us. And you would think over social media more people would be posting, but I
Right.
really didn't see that many
No.
people posting. There were a few here and there. But don't forget, we have to always remember 9/11.
Yes, that was a very devastating day for America. And the sad thing, that was probably one of the last times that we all came together. Because it didn't matter if you were Democrat, Republican, didn't matter what your ethnic background was. It was like get into New York and help the people.
You're right.
And
Wow.
that to me is just very symbolic of what we used to be. People love to come to America, and those people are forgetting what America was like. And we want to bring that back. A happy love for everyone.
Yes, we do.
So there's a gentleman, his name is Mark Davey, and he's a caver. And what that is, they go down and they explore caves and they get geological information that they can use to help everyone. So he's in a cave and he gets sick. And he gets really sick. And these caves, you have to be pretty physically fit to squeeze and get into them. So he was stuck under there for 2 weeks. They did a blood transfusion on him. And I am very happy to let you all know that he is out, he is alive, and he is doing well.
Wow, can you imagine? Yeah, those caves, if you are claustrophobic, forget about it.
Yes.
If you don't like small spaces, forget about it, because those are I'm already thinking about it and getting anxious.
Yes. And I tell people all the time, that's not me. If you hear, oh, Gloria went, caving, you're like, no, she didn't, because she wouldn't go there. She wouldn't do that. That was great news. And another piece of great news, Coco won the US Open.
Yay!
We are so proud of her.
Yay!
She is the first teen, because she's only 19, to win that honor, other than Serena, who did it at 16.
Wow. Amazing.
Yes.
And she fought through it, and she actually told the people, and she showed them that this is who I am. And she's just so, like, I love it. I mean, she's very, very calm about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that it's about time we had someone, and she's amazing.
Yes. So, congratulations. As you know, we shared with you there were 5 Americans that were part of the US Open, and she made it all the way to the end. And my hope and prayers is that next season we'll have even more. But like she said, to win on US soil.
And what I really liked about her was when you saw her receive that $3 million check, that was her award, her prize winnings. She thanked Billie Jean King for that.
Sure did. And you know why? Because Billie Jean King made sure that female tennis players made the same amount of money as a male tennis player.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
There are many attributes and activities where that is not the case. Not even today. Not at all. I mean, look at the movie industry where somebody will make $75 million and then the female, co-star will make $500,000. That injustice is still kind of there.
Yeah. Even in the workplace, we still have that, because we talked about it in our past chats about how the pay rate is not the same for men and women. So, and it's kind of sad because we're 2023. So waiting till the day that all this can be equal.
Yes. You just apply for the job, and if you get it, you get the pay. Not this, oh, you're a girl, you can cut that in half. Because everybody knows that women work more. We work longer hours. We do what it takes to get it done.
And women can multitask very well.
Yes, we can. And we do. So we're giving you double the work for half the pay.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can't equal that out a little bit.
Exactly.
So we talked last week about a prisoner that has escaped in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he was at large for 2 weeks. Can you believe that? For 2 weeks, he was trying to escape getting captured. And they actually found him finally. But the thing that was very stressful is that because he was out and about, a lot of schools had to close in the area.
Yeah.
And all the homeowners, I would have been like really scared to leave my house.
Right.
Because when you have a prisoner at large, you don't know what they're going to do to you.
Right.
They could hold you hostage. They could
He had a gun, so he could have shot people.
He actually broke into someone's garage and stole a rifle.
Yeah.
So that was pretty sad. And they said that the way that he was able to survive was that he was eating watermelon. So he was living off of watermelon. But his goal was to actually flee and move and go to Canada.
Right.
And then go back to his hometown, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So that was his goal. But come to find out that this is a bit murky, but I'm not sure, but he actually killed his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Stabbed her 38 times. I mean, that's not, I'm mad at you. I mean, that individual is completely out of control.
Yeah, and I don't really quite understand, but they said that he's going to be on trial for something he hadn't been tried for in Brazil.
Right.
But I thought that he was in prison for the stabbing of his ex-girlfriend. So I don't know what else he had done. Are they alluding to this ex-girlfriend stabbing or something else he did in Brazil?
Well, they also said that, you know, he's going to be in jail for a long time and he's going to be isolated. Did you see the video of him scaling the wall where he just takes his hand and his feet and up the wall he goes?
Yeah, because he escaped the same way that another prisoner had escaped back in May. So there are some opportunities that this prison needs to address in regards to how safe or how secure this prison is, so that things like this don't happen in the future. I'm sure 2 people is enough. We don't want 3.
Exactly. So this is wonderful because all the locals, no one locked their doors. I grew up in an environment like that. My grandparents never locked their doors. I used to lock the doors and my grandfather would come behind me and unlock them. I go, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Baby, there's nothing to be afraid of." And I'm like, however, if somebody gets into the house and, you know, he was like, they won't get out alive. He goes, "Everybody knows, don't go into people's houses. You don't have to lock the doors." And some of the citizens were like, "Thank God we don't have to worry about that anymore."
Yeah, because he was running around with this rifle and he was ready to shoot anyone that came in his way.
So that was sad. And we're grateful that he is back in jail and that community can take a deep breath and relax.
Yeah.
Everything's okay. So, you know, we always try and talk to you a little bit about global warming because that is something that is just rampant. I mean, every day I wake up and I'm shocked by something that's happening on any particular day. It doesn't always correlate to, like right now, we're having heat waves and flooding. You know, it's still hot. I was talking to someone in Italy this morning and she's like, "It's hot." And I was like, "Aren't you into fall?
It should be starting to get cooler now, cooling off." Yeah.
And see, one of the things here in America, the way our homes are manufactured, we don't just absorb the heat, but like in some of the European countries, they have the rock. And so if it's hot, it just absorbs all the way into the house. There's no way to escape that heat. So I know that the heat waves are still going on. The Maui fires are contained. And, you know, remember we talked about how Oprah and The Rock gave $10 million?
Yes.
Do you know people are trying to shame them?
Yeah, exactly.
You're a billionaire. Why you do that? And Oprah was like, okay, Dolly Parton did the same thing. So we thought that's how we would start. We would bring in our friends and families and everyone, and we would build the resources because what the locals told them that they needed the most was just a little money to help. So, Oprah, Dwayne Johnson, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing because you can't live in that community and not want to help. And I know you're trying to help. And, you know, don't worry about the naysayers. Just do what you have to do to help your community.
Well, I'm just annoyed that these naysayers are actually naysayers because
it's not like they're giving money.
There's always people that always turn positive things into negative things. Why can't we just look at it like, yes, Maui needs help.
Yes.
They need financial help. And here are 2 people that are kind enough to offer the help financially and stepped up.
Yeah.
So very grateful for both of you. And these naysayers, just, we don't want to really, you know, dwell too much on them, but there's always going to be naysayers.
Yes. And you were talking about flooding.
The flooding, yes. In
Libya.
In Libya, there's flooding, 6,000 killed and 9,000 unaccounted for. And communities have been washed away, 30,000 people displaced by this flood. 30,000.
That's a lot of people.
I mean, you should see, go online and just do some Googling or just type in Libya floods and just see everything is washed away. Yeah. There's nothing. It's like, I just, See, we're here in California, Northern California. We've never had floods like this ever.
Yeah.
The worst we've ever had was El Nino in 1994 or something. I forget. That was pretty bad.
Because it rained every day.
It was wind and things were destroyed overnight, and just ruckus was happening with this El Nino. But we've never had floods this bad. Like cities are completely washed away.
Yes.
So this, we've been talking about global warming, and it's been things that Gloria been saying locally, but now it's like globally we've been seeing things like the earthquakes have been happening. Libya got flooded.
Yes.
Greece had extreme heat, then they had flooding.
Yes.
And we're not just hearing about things happening in our nation, in US, but things happening globally.
Yes, worldwide.
So this is all man-made.
Yes. I keep thinking, my thoughts, that you can't continue to be nasty individuals and expect good things to happen. And every week something's going on in Texas. And, I've got a huge family there. I just think everyone needs to start making people a little bit more accountable for their action. In addition, we got Texas, they're still having the heat waves and all of that. We have a hurricane off of our East Coast called Hurricane Lee. These hurricanes remember that at the beginning of the year, they started A, and we're already to L. We're moving pretty fast. So Lee is going up the coast, and they're expecting like Boston, Portland, going that way, to have winds between 60 to 80 miles per hour and lots of water, because that's a coastline. So all that rain is just going to feed into that.
I can't even deal with 15 to 20 miles per hour winds in the Bay Area, let alone 60 or 80 miles per hour. I don't know. We're just not, these states are not prepared for this kind of wind.
Right.
So it's
be safe. If you're out and you see puddles of water, don't assume they're low. Assume they're high and turn around, go the other way. There's so many vehicles getting stuck in the water.
Right, exactly.
It's just really, really terrible. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I don't know why I'm coughing, but I'm coughing.
Yes, it is. It's National Suicide Prevention Month. And did you know that it's the second leading cause of death for children from age 10 to 14 years old? Now, think about that. 10 to 14.
Our babies.
Preteens and early teens. You're wondering why? I have a very strong feeling. I know why. Some of the reasons could be is because there's too much demand on the kids nowadays. Yes. Too much social media plays into the kids' heads that they have to be someone. They have to look like someone.
Yes.
They have to be like someone.
They have to likes.
The likes and the comments and how many followers you get. And just TikTok, trying to keep up with the Joneses on doing TikToks. And I heard on the radio that kids nowadays, they don't want to have jobs. Their goal is to be an influencer nowadays. Yes. They're changing from being a, whatever job that your career you want into being an influencer.
I don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a school teacher. I don't want to be an engineer. I just want to ride around and eat food and take pictures.
They want to stop going to school after high school, and they want to just they think it's easy breezy. Hey, look at these people doing TikTok and they're getting money for it.
They want to be Kim Kardashian's. They want to follow in her stead. Let me tell you something. You need a Kim, what is mama's name? Kris Jenner. Kim without her mom would not be where she is.
Yeah. It all stemmed from that one video.
That's right.
Kim and what's his name? Ray J. But Kim's mom, Kris, was the brain person of that video because she monetized that. She milked it, and that's how they started their Kardashian empire.
Yes.
I didn't even know Kim had sisters until Keeping Up Kardashians came on
TV. Yeah.
So there you have it. But You know, nowadays, I have to say, it is much easier for younger people because they have so much opportunity with technology out there to make something of themselves.
Right. And you know, the most important thing that we can share with you, while influencer might appear to be a good job, it's not going to fuel your heart. At a certain point in your life, you're going to look back and go, I wasted my life with this thing in my hand. I'm not touching people. I'm not getting to know people in the physical. I have 100,000 followers. Who cares? Because that is what I call fade away. Love you today, can't stand you tomorrow.
And that's what's causing all the mental instability in people, the unknown, people wanting to have, like we said, again, the likes, to be the in thing that's happening, trying to one up someone else.
Yes.
So again, that stems, again, I'm going to talk about this really quickly from the top down.
That's right.
Parents, we really have to monitor what our kids are doing. Yes, I mean, technology is a great thing, but it's what we do with the technology, and please monitor the kids. Yes, they can be on technology, they can be watching videos, there's nothing wrong with that, but limit the amount that they're watching, and also make sure that they are going to school and they do want to get an education and go to college.
Yes.
Because that's one thing that we do, even if they don't use the degree. Let's say, for example, they end up doing something else.
Right.
They need to have a degree.
Exactly. That's important. And we also want to make sure that your children are not trying to circumvent by using AI. Because trust me, these colleges and universities on the back end right now are trying to figure out, did you write that paper? Did you copy that? I mean, back in the day, they could you could submit a paper and they could tell you that paper's already been submitted, and they had no technology like today because of the way it read. I remember I was tired and I was like, I don't know what to do, and I had submitted a paper, and my professor, he said to me, you didn't write this. I said, yes I did. And he goes, no you didn't. And I said, why would you say that? And he goes, because he says, you are, you know, the class I was taking, he goes, you're passionate. He goes, and there's no passion in this. He says, so I can either give you an F or I can give it back and you can do. I was like, I'll take it back, please. And I never did that again. But a lot of students today, that's what they're doing. They're using AI for their, don't do that. Use your brain. This is very, very valuable. Use it, nurture it. And, you know, I really, really feel sad. 10 to 14, you haven't even begun life. And to think that our children are so sad and so devastated, and there's no one around them that they can talk to, that they're just terminating their lives.
It's really sad, very sad.
It really is. 10 to 14.
Yeah.
I think I was still climbing trees at 10 to 14. I
really didn't know much about the world at 10 to 14.
I
was just in my own little circle.
In my own little world.
In my own world. I was
my
still
own little friends.
I was still playing at home, playing I wanted to be a teacher when I was younger, so I would pretend that I was like teaching the class.
I used to have tea parties, and I put my little stuffed animals around, and then they would do. I said, "Don't do that. I was a bossy little thing.
I'd be like, right, today we're going to do this and this and this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wish there was a way. There is a way. You just have to take them off social media. You have to tell them this phone is for an emergency. It cannot be an extension of your hand.
Well, there is. When my son was younger, I don't know if it's still around, but there's an app called RPACT, PACT, and you can actually go in there and you can actually limit the hours, and you can actually limit which app they go on.
Nice.
So you can like program it, schedule it from this hour to this hour, and then after like 5 o'clock it turns off immediately or something.
Wow.
Or they can't have it on when they wake up first thing in the morning. It can only be, they're only allowed to see this app after school or something. Yes. So I'll have to see if that's still around, but there probably is apps that you can control and schedule for your kids' mobile phones.
There we go. Anything to keep our babies safe. So, you know, we always like to give you a little tip. So while she's drinking her tea, I'm going to do the first tip of the day, which is the makeup tip. And she helped me come up with this because I was like, I don't know. So what I'm going to talk about is how to embody and reflect natural beauty for women who are aging gracefully. And I can't tell you how many times as a makeup person, I've had people say, oh, I can't wear that color. They say when you get to be a woman of a certain age, you can't wear that color anymore. I'm like, really? And my philosophy is if it makes me feel good, I'll wear any color I want. And that's what I want to empower you to do. Color is your friend. Now, there is a conversation about makeup, foundation, cream versus powder. For years, I've heard that cream is smooth and it gives you that even texture. And now I'm hearing powder's not good because it shows up in all the textures in your face. I wear powder every day. The reason I don't wear cream is cream comes off. I don't like that. I don't like to put my face on and I hug somebody and my face is on their clothes. And I think, oh my God, I probably need to give you some money to have that dry cleaned. So that's something that I kind of push back up. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that. So I like powder because powder, I want you to think about it. Powder, if it's a fine powder like mine, that's created by Ancient Stones Nurturing Natural, it lays in all those little crevices and it gives a smooth, even look to the skin. Now, creams also, in order to make them creamy, they have to put things in them. And then to keep them from spoiling, which they say you should throw them out every 2 months, $85 foundation and you throw it away in 2 months, that wouldn't be me. They have to put chemicals in it. When you add chemicals, that changes how it interacts with your skin. So for me, I like a powder. I like a mineral powder because it's healthy. I put it on. I don't have to think about it. I set it and forget it. So I'm on the mineral powder ban. And some people swear about creams. I looked at like the VMAs. They had, all kinds of makeup. And I noticed sometimes when women wear creams, they have those little pieces of paper. They're always patting their faces like those housewives shows.
Yes, yes.
I'm like, why are you patting? What are you doing? That doesn't make any sense to me. However, that's what those creams will give you. So, you want to check it out? Let us know what you think as a woman. And, minerals are good for all ages. From the first time you start wearing makeup until the time you make your transition.
And actually, minerals, when you put it on, it just looks more natural. Yeah. It doesn't look like caked on with a ton of layers that you have on.
And most important, ladies, when you're applying foundation, and this is why you need one that's good, do your neck and your décolleté so it looks even and smooth. The worst thing in the world is to stop at your neckline, because then everybody goes, she's wearing makeup because she's not on her neck. Make sure everything balances and the color is the same.
Yeah.
That's my key for today.
Thank you, Gloria. And we will put her information below if you're interested in checking out her website and some information. And if you're local in Silicon Valley, her office is studio is right here in Santa Clara.
Yes.
So that's what it is.
Yes. Health tip of the day.
All right. My health tip of the day is about how can we relieve stress? Wow, there's so much stress going on.
I can listen to this one.
Yes. So I'm going to give you 3 quick and easy stress relievers that you can do straight away. So when we have stress, we can deal with a little bit of stress. But over time, it's called acute stress. And that's what our body cannot handle. Because what happens when we're in a stressed mode, our body releases a hormone called cortisol. And it's good to have a little bit, but not to have a lot, because that will affect our health.
Right.
Which is why a lot of people are getting health issues related to stress because they're not knowing how to manage or reverse the stress. So these are 3 things you can do straight away. Okay. One of the things is, if you can't change it, then don't worry. So what do I mean about that? There are things that a lot of people worry about in the past that they can't change.
Right.
So don't dwell on what you can't change. Dwell on the things that you can and what you can do going forward. So that's my tip for number 1, because really a lot of people worry about useless things.
Yes.
when they should be worrying about other things, and they can move forward and look to happier times. So that's number one. Number two, redirect negative thoughts. So if you are thinking, like, some people are just negative and naysayers.
Right.
And what we want to do is, instead of being negative, think about things that are happy, places that make you happy. Redirect your mindset and your thoughts, and that will make you less stressed.
Okay.
Number three, being around positive and happy people.
Yes.
I always say that if you're stressed out, you want to surround yourself with people that will lift you up and help you increase your good hormones, which are serotonin.
Yes.
So we want mood changers, things that are going to make us happy and laugh. We want to be around our friends. Why do we have friends? Is because they make us feel good, they don't judge, hopefully, and they make you feel good, and you have a good laugh with friends.
Yes.
Laughter is just really great for a great stress reliever.
Yes.
So these are things you can do immediately. So we want to make sure that we address stress straight away. So we want more serotonin and less cortisol, and address it straight away. So these are 3 practical stress relievers you can do straight away.
I feel less stressed already sitting next to her. Woosah.
Yes, I love that. Thank you.
Yes. Well, we want you to know that we always feel the love that you express to us. We feel it in this room. We send it back to you, multiplying, running over. We're so grateful that you spend time with us.
Yes, we are. We're very thankful, and we want to say thank you for all your support. If you're new to this channel, then we just want to remind you, if you liked our chat today, please hit the thumb icon so we know you watched our video and liked it. Please consider subscribing to our channel.
Please.
And hit the bell notification, and that will just be will notify you when you're ready to watch our chats.
Yes.
So we love that. And thank you so much, everyone. We are Silicon Valley girls that chat over tea.
And remember to always keep smiling.
Bye-bye. Take care.